Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 18, day 1. It is May 1st, 2017. Happy May Day. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market. See what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, Jedi traders, May Day it was. European markets taking the day off here. European markets taking the day off as the regular trading hours just continued to soar after the Globex move up. Let's take a look quickly at the ES here. There it was, Globex session downside, and bang, to the upside she goes. As in this weekend's Shadow Trader video, check it out. They're posted over the weekend as we roll up, continue to those all-time highs. We'll take a look here momentarily to do a little bit of repair. So Globex session, it was nice move, and though interesting enough, all three indices, ES, NQ, and YM, all finishing in a different pattern. A little bit of divergence here today. In note, VIX closing out here at a notable under the 10, not closing out under 10, actually hitting underneath the 10 here today, as price action soared up to the highs on core sector list, 11 in the green, 14 in the red. Personal income outlays were down today, and I said manufacturing not too bad, but really rolling this week with some key economic events, including the pre-Apple earnings tomorrow. All right, let's jump into the charts here quickly as we see a market profile here on the volume profile. Again, a weak outlier to the upside, 70% of the trading here. So single prints, we're looking for both sides. Don't get it on the NQ. So we got a weak high up here. Soon, eventually, at some point, not soon, but eventually at some point will be repaired. ES, on the other hand, nice volume profile. Prefer to watch the volume profile, as that is a good indicator of where the majority of price action, not time-wise, but where the majority of price action held at which price. A much more reliable indicator in my own 2 cents. Daily gaps, again, something I've been noting for a while now. Let's get this to the high here, 56.3725. Let's mark that on the charts here. Push that up a little bit. 56.37. That's all right. We'll fix that later. Anyway, 56.3725 being the all-time high here today. Weekly open here. Obviously, we could see a different time. There a little bit of divergence here. Here we go. NQ lifting up. We got YM finishing down, and ES just about finishing flat there. So as I mentioned, all three indices different close today. What I do want to keep in mind, though, NQ opening up another open gap. You have to keep these in mind in the market. They're there, they exist, and they eventually will be closed out. So the mindset is either keep your trails a little bit higher, knowing the market's going to eventually come back, which gives a pullback opportunity. I'm not saying calamity and apocalypse here now. I'm just simply saying a good, healthy pullback to close out these near open gaps before we go deal with anything lower, which we got open gaps all the way down into the 1800s, which at some point in the future will eventually be closed. But at this point, open gaps across the board, need to keep those in mind in the market. Anyway, moving forward, AD lines, this was the problem on the NQ. So you got a nice Globex here this morning. Price action is continuing lift in the AM session. When what do you have? You have an advancers and decliners coming down on the charts here. Same thing on the ES, thinking on the YM. So you have markets all going down as far as the advancers and decliners. Core sector list not looking very green. Market breadth is pretty flat. And you have your cumulative tick index just kind of waffling around zero. And here you go. You got AD line downside. You have price action at the Globex high. Where do you go from there? Well, you either rely on the indicators on your charts, on the bars, and you take the entry, or you say, hey, the option's not there today. I'm just going to let it go and look for another day. And that's exactly kind of the way it played out. So for those who played to the upside, good move today. All right, let's jump into the pre-market. Let's start with the NQ. There was the 5-minute chart. As we can see, price action holding up here. Overnight Globex, and as well on the overlay. This is a new chart that I've put together here. It combines not only the 4-hour chart, but we have a daily, a weekly, and a 60-minute chart. Again, gives us all the MML levels upside and downside, so we can see areas of confluence, convergence, where do a lot of the lines come together. And so with the open gaps labeled here, 50-period moving average, again, we were looking up to 56.25, and that was noted on the pre-market trend, which is posted about 15 minutes prior to market open. So 56.25, and anything downside would have been looking for levels of support down to the lows. Let's jump into the NQ, see how she did today. So 56.25 was the level we were looking for. And where did we head? Just a little bit higher, 56.34, over up the intraday levels on the overbought reversal here. But again, let's take a look at that Globex. There it was. Nice price action up overnight. All right, and then the market opens. You have your MML, so we're sitting here at major support resistance. You have the pullback. Globex high is sitting here. And so you got to ask yourself, are you going to take the entry to the long? You got solid Heikin-Ashi bars tails up. You're sitting above the 51.44. You're sitting above the VWAP, if that's something you watch. And actually, we're sitting above the 34 EMA at this point, which I don't have on the chart. Price action lifts, nice move, but again, if you guys remember, the AD line was the level that I was telling you that was going in the opposite direction. So a little bit of a challenge here, especially in the first hour of price action, with price action lifting and AD line coming down. Either way, this opportunity, the first opportunity on the market open, gave you a nice move, but tailed down, trade management would have taken you out. Price action pulls back, nice counter trend. Stay with the trend. Move up, pulls back. Opportunity, if you're already in at this point, just simply move the stop up. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Looking for those high probability setups where price action is either above or below the cloud, and using a trade management strategy. There we go. With price action being able to move them to the swing high positions. And that is what exactly the NQ gave us on the charts today, all the way up to the upside and almost up to the reversal here by the end of the session. A couple of news bits right there with POTUS Trump considering breaking up the big banks, rumor or not. That was the reaction there on the charts. All right, so there was your opportunity on the NQ. 1, 2, and 3. Again, slow, grinding, but eventually made its way up and the close out a little bit downside. Not the same story here on the ES as we saw the ES pre-market. Again, nice move from the MML lows to the highs. This is a 5-minute chart. Again, I recommend that traders go to the 1 to 2 minute chart on the MMLs overnight with a lower time frame, maybe a 3-2 flex Renko for the ES. That's for the ES. For the NQ or YM, I'd go to a 5-4 flex Renko, as well as the other markets, GC, as well as the yen, the euro, and the crude. 5-4 flex Renko on a 1 to 2 minute chart. All right, so there's your ES pre-market up to the MML highs. Bigger picture, here's a range chart versus a minute chart. Heikin-Ashi bars, solid body tails up above the 34 EMA. Again, that all-time high with that weak high is posted on the market profile by shadow traders, so got to get up there and repair that. And it seems like the trend continues to move up. And ES getting to a high here. That's right, 23.90.75, and that was our level upside here for today. High resistance here on the daily, actually multiple resistance up here on the ES. So exactly how we finished out there today. 23.90.75 being the high to the upside. Here we can see the Globex run, but again, pretty choppy on the ES. Not really getting some traction, down and up and down. So where do you go? Where do you take the best opportunity? Well, you can play the cloud, the 51.44. Once it crosses down, this would have been the better probability. If you're watching the MMLs, you most likely would not have touched this and gotten back in up here. A lot of chop here in the AM session. ES again, divergent from the NQ. NQ the best trending here together with the GC today. There was probably the best PM session move on the ES. Price action, all three in the green, gets you back to the upside. 23.90.75. All right, how do we do on the YM today? Price action again. Here we are. Open up, close down. Again, ES pretty flat. NQ was the opposite. Open and closed upside. Here's a nice move on the YM downside. Solid Heikin-Ashi bars. You got everything in sync here together with the red triangles. Nice move back upside, but in the caution, so your higher probability entry coming here in the mid-session and pretty much afternoon session hands off. And there it is, the AD line, as we mentioned here. That was a tough one to call there. The first 30 minutes of trading. Price action up, AD line down. Divergent market internals did not make for anything easy. So by the, there it was, NQ. Nice move. Globex up to about the PM session. Nice straight move and clean to the upside. All right, Jedi traders, let's get back to the charts as we head into tomorrow. Let's take a look at where we are on the overlay. So going to go to the big time frame, see where we are upside, where we're dealing downside here on the ES and the NQ. And we'll take a look at the 1 minute chart to wrap this up and see what's ahead. Let me point out the GC here today on the charts, which was a nice move upside. There it is, GC. Solid Heikin-Ashi bars. Here's our 34. Here's actually a T35 together with the 34 EMA to keep you in trend as well, all in the red. But that was our Globex. Here was the best session move of the session. Solid Heikin-Ashi bars. Downside, there was probably the highest probability set up, but price action underneath the cloud. Nice move in the cautions, at least together with the 534. There it is, solid Heikin-Ashi bar. Wait for 2-bar confirmation, and there you go. You got yourself a trend. Keep your original stop upside, or at least maybe a couple points back, and price action gives you an opportunity on trade management to get that stop to break even. Write it down, bring the stop up, and if you were trailing it down, you might have been stopped out at this point. Either way, an opportunity to re-enter to the downside and pretty much a washout in the afternoon. All right. As we roll into tonight and tomorrow, let's take a look at the big picture where we stand. Again, I'll post this in the morning, see where we are. Most likely, if we have a reset on any of the MMLs, they'll show up. So, zone of confluence, I'm calling it up here. Everything from 2390 up to 2401. The all-time high, I believe, just based on the range charts as we see here, we're still in trend, but we did pull back to the 34 EMA, at least on the range chart. So if we hold here overnight, looks good. We'll get back to the upside. If we lose any ground here, at least on the bigger time frame, watch for downside. Major support resistance down here at 2382. We got our 10 EMA all the way down to the 50 and open gaps to deal with. So we're dealing to the highs. All-time high 2401. We have a couple other levels. Let me go ahead and pull up the fib level chart as posted here over the weekend. Nice draw from the bottom to the high up here above the 50 period moving average. Pullback, there it is, 50% pullback would be here around here, 23.5875 on the fib. But if we break 23.9475, we got an 85% probability of reaching the 24.12. So put that together. You got a 4-hour chart. Momentum is still holding upside for the week. I know a little bit choppy today. We got to get through this zone. If we get to that all-time high, then we got 2406 resistance weekly. And again, this is an overlay too, so we got another level here, and then up to 2422. But 2406 combined with the fib level up here, 2412, makes for some upper levels, which would then put me in a zone of repair on the time profile. Again, posted by Shadow Trader. Check it out, and you'll understand where I'm going there. But 23% fib retracement pullback means you gotta wait for the breakout here. But intraday, it's a whole nother deal. So as we roll into tomorrow, let's take a look on the 1 minute, 1 to 2 minute chart. Here we are on the ES. Watch for upside 2390 up to 93. Downside again, look for that 82.75 down to 23.80 for the overnight. All right, NQ, here's your big pick as price action holds upside above the 10 and the 50, which is below at 54.22. So we got levels of confluence here again, up to 56, 54.25. Downside, major support resistance on the hourly chart. Watch for 55.86 into tomorrow and 55.66. Taking a look at the range charts. Again, we're still in a nice uptrend. 34 EMA held up today. Love it the way we held in the uptrend. But again, any pullback will look back down to these major levels, or we just chop overnight. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart on the NQ. There it is. 1 to 2 minutes. I'll stick with the 1 minute on the NQ, holding above the 34. Look to 34.75 up to 38.50. Downside 56.25 down to 21.25, and wrap it up on the YM here as price action holds above the 34 you made by the end of the day, but holds downside. Watch for the downside levels here on the 1 minute chart, all the way down to 8.45 and upside to 9.13. All right, Jedi traders, those are the charts. Let's take a look at, as we roll into tomorrow, the economic calendar. We are looking at FOMC this week. The meeting begins. We're looking for the announcement on Wednesday. We're looking for payroll on Wednesday as well as we roll out the week with the non-farm payroll. But keep in mind, we have earnings out this week. We have Apple out tomorrow. That's pretty much, in my mind, that's the move up today. So markets buying on the rumor. We'll see if the news follows through. And we have Facebook on Wednesday. We also have French elections over the weekend, and any catalyst, including North Korea or anything else other than that, can surely healthcare vote reform still out there. The talks, rumors, I don't know what's going to be, but Washington politics surely can play a role. All right, Jedi traders, that concludes an insight into the daily trend and the key charts that we look at here every day in the trading room. Make sure you check out my technical momentum outlook for week 18, including the video. You can check out the recap as well as the pre-market trend posted here. Like I said, 15 minutes prior each day. Check out the trading session recap, some of the picks that I shared with you here today, including any of the highlights shared with you in the video. Feel free to stop by here at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. You can find me every day on Twitter or here at StockTwits at Trading Fibs. I keep it simple. As we've shared before, keeping it simple on the high probability setups. By one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. Again, you can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I'm only watching what's in front of me and on my charts. And I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I can't reiterate that enough. I leave my buys at the door when trading. Hey guys, if you're interested in joining us in our community of like-minded traders, feel free to email me, David at Trading Fibs. You can join us any Thursday or Friday to view the live charts setups as they set up during the trading day there each and every week and every day. Also want to give a shout out if you're interested in more information on the Murray math levels. I went ahead and posted a video here. Just check out my YouTube channel, the tutorial Murray math levels and Heikin Ashi bars. 30-minute tutorial on setting up. Don't know if you have it on your own charts, but give you analysis of how we're looking at it. And again, the best combination is by seeing the MML and the HA bars together in combination. If I have the low to the high, I want everything in the green. If I'm going from the high to the low, I'm looking for everything in the red. Anything besides that, there are different trading strategies based on this. But again, that's what I'm looking for. That's exactly what we got today once again. All right, Jedi traders, that concludes May 1st recap. Have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. Also, have yourselves a good day, a good night, and good trading to you. David here at TradingFibs.com.